Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'm bringing you guys a JoinDota League. This is a game that's been played already. We're watching in Dota TV, but it was a commentation by me and Velo. So I had to record it afterwards because I decided to do that instead of recording while it was going on. So you guys will hear the introduction again. So I'm going to clam up and let you guys listen to the rest of the cast and enjoy what you see before you. Everybody, my name is CulBlu, and we're bringing you guys to JoinDota League. This will be game number 2, and I said we because Velo's here. So Velo, would you like to say hello? Because I totally glazed over your part.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Velo. How you guys doing?
Yes. I hope you guys are doing well because the last game happened. Push strategy worked out really well, and Revenge, they're actually banning out some push of their own. Nature's Prophet. If he was in that last game, do you think Team Wild Witch Doctors would have been able to win that game?
If who was?
Reserve time.
Nature's Prophet was in that last game for Wild Witch Doctors.
I don't think so. I don't think it would have made a difference, to be honest.
Yeah, because Juggernaut can solo kill Prophet all day.
Yeah.
But we see the bans going through though. We got the Nature's Prophet. We also had the Enchant and Enchantress ban on Team Wild Witch Doctors, which means that they're going to try to ban as much push as possible. Early game aggression going to be banned out as well. That leaves the floor open to people like Nyx Assassin, Visage, and OD though.
I think they might go for Bristleback and Alchemist.
Bristleback Alchemist.
Yeah. The negative armor combo. Oh, but not even. They go Timbersaw Venom. Venom's a very good, you know, support. So I like playing him mid. He's a good mid
you like
hero.
Venomancer, really?
Yeah, with Orb of Venom, he crushes every hero. Doesn't matter.
This is perfect. Alright, so for everybody who keeps listening to my stuff, you know that I keep asking this question every single time because I still don't believe it. But what makes Venomancer first/second pick or ban worthy? Like what is his thing? What is the
it?
change that made him
10 seconds
awesome?
remaining.
Good harassment with Poison Sting, you know, wards, you know, his
5
plague wards, you know, they give
remaining.
good vision. He has Gale, which is a slow that hits more than one hero.
Reserve
And
time.
then after that, his ulti does a shitload of damage, so.
Okay, all things to consider, I guess. But yeah, Poison Sting, I do love the fact that Poison Sting does a lot of damage. The slow, I agree, it hits multiple people if you can aim it right. And these guys at this level, we expect for them to hit it right.
Nah, because the thing is, you know, most supports towards later in the game, they start falling off, or, you know, mid game is like Crystal Maiden, you know, there's only so much you can do. Eventually, she's just food. And at least with Venomancer, all you have to really do is just Gale and ulti and die, and you basically did what you had to do. So
Pretty much.
You're still useful even if you ended up dying or you're feeding, you know, as long as you get to
10
pull off
seconds
your
remaining.
ulti. So.
Right. And as far as the rest of the bands, or the other bands, do you see any interest in bands here so far?
So Revenge banned the Naga, but I mean, I guess because they're not going to push strat this time, they don't want to deal with it, so they're gonna, which is smart. And then they banned Team Wild Witch Doctors banned Vipers, so
10 seconds
which
remaining.
is a real annoying hero. I guess I don't know
5
why they
seconds
would,
remaining.
because you can't really tell if Nyx is gonna be off lane or support. And with Invoker, you really, you know, of course you know Invoker's going mid, but it doesn't really tell you much about what they're planning on drafting, you know.
You definitely agree with that. Revenge, they kind of have, what's the word, ambiguous pickups. Because Nyx Assassin can play off lane, and at the end of the day, Invoker can play safe lane too. Don't forget that one.
So yeah, it's they, you know, yeah, like you were saying, you really can't tell, you know, what their lanes or what they're planning on going. While you already know with Timbersaw, it's either, I mean, with Wild Witch Doctors, it's either Timbersaw is going to be mid or off lane, and of course Venomancer is going to be a support.
Right.
So you already know that they're going for probably a slow on top of a stun, and then some good burst damage carry, you know, maybe like a Luna.
Luna would be nice in his lineup, and Smoif and I had this conversation many times, and I actually had this conversation a lot as well. But Luna
Radiant
over
team
Gyrocopter, why?
It's just
Radiant team pick.
That's a pretty good one. I guess because, you know, Luna's bounces, you know, now that it's buffed up, you know, they actually bounce back. In Flat Canyon, it has a cooldown, you know, so you can't always hit every single target. And just...
Dire team pick.
you know, it's just Luna does more damage. You know, her attack speed is way faster than Gyro's. And she gets more armor gain than Gyro does.
Very true. Okay, all good points. And like almost every single person asks that question, because I've asked it like a million times already. They always say the same thing. Flat Cannon is not as good as Glaives because Glaives is on all the time.
And also, you know, Gyro's ulti, it's either a hit or miss. If you miss it, then you're not gonna get anything out of it. As where Luna, you can move with the ulti, so you can chase people down and use it. So it doesn't set you to one specific location. You know, you can do it whenever you want instead of just being like, oh, I have to time this ulti right, and if I don't, then I just blew it, and well, you know, so.
And I will have to admit, we are getting a little ahead of ourselves. There is no Gyrocopter or Luna picked up or even thought about so far. But as far as the other bands we've seen the Pugman band, we've seen the Doombringer band, which Doombringer, I've seen that band before, and there's a Faces Void pickup on the back of that. It wasn't by Revenge, it was by somebody else. So we could see some big super carry like that, like Anti-Mage or maybe even a Faces Void, which I would be happy about.
Yeah. I like the buff. I like the buff they did to Faceless Void.
But what buff was it?
On his Chronosphere?
Yeah, the movement speed.
Yeah, it's insane. He's like a freaking fly, you know. He's just, and he gets unit, you know, moving and stuff, so he can go through units.
It's fun stuff to see Faces Void do that, and like especially to play because sometimes you click on somebody, you don't realize you're already there. It's funny stuff. Lifestealer actually gets picked up.
Radiant team band.
Lifestealer versus Doom. I would imagine Lifestealer wouldn't have that much trouble versus Doom. I mean, yeah, he can get doomed up, but Doomburn will likely be for Invoker.
Well, the thing is, you don't get your feast when you're doomed. It cancels it too, so you get no life leech.
Dire team.
Good point. And actually, Revenge ban out, not Revenge. Wild Witch Doctors ban out a Bristleback, which Bristleback plus Lifestealer, that will be a very beefy front line that you don't want to face up against. So okay, I can agree with that one.
Yeah, because they're trying to ban out their offlane heroes now, because you can actually tell now that Nyx and Shadow Demon are going to be supporting the Lifestealer. And, well, yeah, it looks like, you know, they ended up getting Shadow Fiend and Mirana, so Shadow Fiend will be going mid, and it looks like Mirana's going to be playing as her one position.
10 seconds remaining.
Unless they're doing a Mirana support, you know, but it's gonna be hard to be able to hit the arrow on top of the Gale. You know, it's easier, but it's not as, you know, secure and stuff.
One person still in the pool is a Bane, and if they do go for a Bane, then Mirana is forced to roam. Shadow Fiend will be taking the safe lane farm, and Timbersaw will be playing either mid or off lane. And I don't like that either, because it doesn't necessarily. It's not conducive to winning this game, because there's a Shadow Demon of all things.
Yeah.
If somebody gets arrowed up, he disrupts them and they're fine. Invoker, Lifestealer, Nyx Assassin. I mean, there's people who can get away from an arrow. Like Nyx Assassin sees arrow, pops by Carapace, and he should be fine. Invoker pops Ghostwalk. Presumably he doesn't have it initially, so he'll probably die a few times to it. But Lifestealer, he pops Rage and he's fine. So I don't like the fact, or I won't like it if they try to go for something like Bane Mirana, which is textbook Dota nowadays, or try to go for something like Mirana plus OD, which would be ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I also see too that I'm sure this Invoker's gonna be going Quasso X, and right now all of Team Wild Witch Doctors are mana intensive, you know.
Yeah, EMP's gonna kill him.
Yeah, like Shadow Fiend, of course, you know, he does his right clicks, but he doesn't come online with that damage until later on, you know. For now, he's gonna be using his raises. And then we got another Lich, which is another mana intensive hero. I mean, he does have sacrifice, but you know, it's not always that you're gonna be around your own creeps to be able to get mana back. So.
And yeah, I've actually experienced that many times where that backfired on me. But Rubik actually got banned out late by Revenge, so that means they might be going for that big ulti. We could see a Magnus, which I'll be excited about, but there's a low chance of that.
10 seconds remaining.
They're going for off laner, so I don't know. Maybe they don't have no lockdown, so I think a Weaver would be a good pickup here.
Reserve time.
Yeah, good point.
5
And
seconds
Weaver can run
remaining.
offlane by himself. He should be fine. And also Enigma, he fits in his lineup too. They go for
Oh.
King.
So then looks like yeah, off laning, or they could be the other way around. But I think Nyx would, or they don't have really any stun lockdowns except for Potom, so they could leave the Sand King there and he could just Sandstorm, you know, when he gets a chance and all that. So it could work both ways. You really can't tell what they're gonna do. I mean, I don't know who plays what on Revenge, so you know, I can't tell.
Last time around, we saw Girls 4 play that Juggernaut, so he's obviously playing the carry role.
Yeah, and Masuko was
And,
Enchantress, Mystico was the Shadow Shaman, and so yeah, Nyx is gonna be off laning.
If Nyx off lanes,
10
if you look on the other side,
seconds
Nyx is going to be going up against a safe lane Morana, because I think
5
Ash was playing the
seconds
carry.
remaining.
We had WWD who was playing support, so he's not going to. Well, he might be in lane. And actually, that lane might. If they do decide to go for offensive try lane.
Actually, I think Ush was
It
playing
was
mid.
time to prepare for battle.
Just playing mid?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I guess they rotated and SNA's going mid this time. Because he was Potom last game.
Okay, I got you. And alright, so we got the teams all three. We got everything going already. So introduction time. I will take Team Wild Wild Witch Doctors, and I'll let you have Team Revenge for introductions.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
So starting off introductions on Wild Wild Witch Doctor, on this Timbersaw, we see IX Mike 88. That is the one, the only IX Mike. Shout out to you, Team Wild Wild Witch Doctors.
Stash man.
That's all about the stash. Moving on to the Shadow Fiend, we see SNA, which probably stands for something, and I don't know what it stands for. Moving on to this Venomancer, we see KZZ, and on this Lich, we see WWD. And actually, fun fact, Lich can actually be pronounced
30
like,
seconds
which
remaining.
I thought was funny.
Really?
Yeah, that's like a different pronunciation. If you go to like a different area, they call them likes, not liches. Likes. Moving over to, it's like Facebook. Moving on to this Morana, we see Ush on that Morana, and that ends the callouts for Team Wild Witch Doctor. So, would you like to go ahead and take revenge?
Yep, so on Shadow Demon we have Mystico. And on the Invoker we have Smash playing on the mid lane.
Peril.
Sand King, we have Masuko, he's going to be in the top tri lane, so they're doing defensive. Nyx is going to be played off lane by Mihawk. And finally we have the stand-in on the Lifestealer Girls 4 Cup.
God, no. Jeez, I mentioned it one time, you're not gonna let it get away from you already.
It's ingrained into my brain now.
It just stayed in your brain / cup. But anyway, moving on to his Nick Assassin though, because I want to comment on his costumes, his outfits. I thought Doombringer had the most ridiculous outfits, but Nick's Assassin's outfits have been by far the most not necessarily flamboyant, but just like, bro, I'm Nick's Assassin, let's do this. He looks nothing like the original hero.
I have no idea. He always looks ugly to me.
I agree. Like is that his mouth or is that his eyes? I don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing. Yeah, like it looks like a skeleton.
It's okay. But anyway, all that goes along with say Nick Assassin's costume looks very interesting. Doombringer's costumes always look interesting. And moving on from costumes, the lane matchups. Do you like what you're seeing so far?
Well, oh look, they're gonna be probably getting first blood. And he's gonna dodge the arrow, though he should be fine. But yeah, Venomancer's just harassing. The Potom's like, I'd rather get my farm. But they could have actually committed on that. Oh, he hasn't even skilled anything up yet.
You were talking about bottom, my fault. I was trying to figure out like, where's the arrow? Where's Murata? Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah, this Nyx is getting pushed out the lane, so I mean, he's still getting some experience. He's not completely useless, but we see the Lich. He's just, I have no idea what he's doing. He's just denying.
He's hanging out mid
just
denying,
denying
yeah.
creeps, but I think he should be stacking the Ancients while he's doing that. They don't really have any hero to kill Ancients fast, you know. But I mean, it would help out the supports if you could just kill them. I mean, they do have Venomancer, just mass wards on it.
Actually, Lich is doing a good job. Oh my god, the perfect camps for Shadow Fiend. He got the Satar camp, he also got himself a Giant Wolf camp. So it's going to be a lot of free raises for Shadow Fiend, a lot of free souls. So expect to see Shadow Fiend have a very fun time once he hits like level 5, I think he needs level 5. to get another point.
It looks like, yeah, this Shadow Fiend's really working out on this mid lane. He's actually beating this Invoker by 3, but I mean, it's not a big difference, but he actually got, you know, usually the problem is with Shadow Fiend, you know, it's if you want, you're so weak, your attack damage is so weak early without Necromastery, so it's hard for you to last hit. So if you got all this Invoker's going Exort build, so
Class Exo, yeah, Class Exo Invoker, still a thing. He can basically be involved in his team kills. It's actually gonna be really necessary if you think about it, because there's a Timbersaw in the off lane, which means that he might be able to survive some physical damage, but that's pure damage. So I think that's a good call for getting those kills for Lifestealer.
I don't know. I think the harassing with the EMP was much better, but we already see a rotation going in for mid, and then he probably should be catching this Lich to run into him. But it looks like if he's gonna Sunstrike, he better do it now.
That Sand King helps up a nice little throw strike. Does get the first blood. First blood actually goes to Invoker, so more XP. I'm sorry, more gold to him, XP to everybody else who's involved in that. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that was a really good initiation. And all I gotta say, Velo, is that's what Lich gets for listening to your advice.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know why they didn't have a ward there, anyways. Too, you know, they don't have a ward there.
Very true,
I mean, you wouldn't have seen the smoke anyways, but I mean, they have a ward up here, so...
Where's the other ward?
The other ward's bottom, so they split the wards, but maybe they I think they should have seen the smoke. Or, what I notice a lot too is just, I don't know, you know, some of the top teams, you know, they don't, well, I mean, they're on Skype or they're talking, you know, but you don't really see them, like, even when I see them play pub games, they don't call their lane missing, you know.
Right.
Like, oh, I just think people should know.
Like, it's kind of, sometimes I agree to some extent with that, but sometimes it's like, okay, the person's obviously here, I pinged them like 2 times, how did you not know they were missing? Not everybody stays at the name app like I do, which is why I play support and not anything else.
Some people don't even ping. Like, I seen Admiral Bulldog play, and he doesn't even call his lane missing. And it's so easy, all you gotta do is just push Y, and just missing.
It always sounds easy. It's like you telling me how to do like pull-ups. It's like, it's all easy, man.
Pull-ups is easy.
What you do is just pull one half of your body up with the other half of your body. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, and Nyx is actually getting his levels out here. Not so good. He's you know, he's 4, and he's going for a soul ring.
Pings up top, pings up top. We got Shadow Fiend gets himself, or Shadow Demon gets himself a nice disruptor top. Timbersaw might be in trouble. Open was comes from Lifesteal. Timbersaw can't run away. He gets body blood. He's gonna go ahead and stand for the main fight. Sunstrike from Invoker does fall. Luckily it misses the Timbersaw, but Timbersaw not gonna be able to survive that. The magic damage coming out from Burst Strike way too much, plus the Soul Catcher, which is only 20% extra damage, but that's more than enough to kill a Timbersaw.
Yeah. And smart of SK to hold back on his stun and not use it.
Yes.
And you know, like I was saying, I'm surprised that Shadow Fiend actually was winning his lane, because I mean, and Shadow Demon dies to neutral.
Oh wait, what? Where? Wait, oh, what?
Yeah, right here.
Suicide? It's just like, bro, I
think he was trying to stack, or he was trying to kill those with Shadow Poison, and he just took too much damage.
Or maybe he just wanted a free trip back to base.
Or that, but we see another smoke coming out from Shadow Demon and Sand King. Looks like they're actually going to try to rotate bottom this time. I guess they're going to try to get the pot. Or they're going to rotate mid, but they're going to actually... There's 2 heroes around there, so Venomancer could go around.
Oh, man. It's like, get this, they're going to rotate into the rotation. Oh, man, next level Dota.
But yeah, it looks like they're going on a Shadow Fiend. He will be going down. Oh, they get smoke pops. Here comes... Oh, disruption.
Disruption comes through. We got Sand King. Everything's coming through on top of Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is going to get hit caught with a lot of damage. The Sunstrike does miss, but it's more than a beautiful Venomous Gale from Venomancer. That is a Venomous Gale level 2, so we'll be taking damage on top of Sand King. But I don't think it'll be nearly enough. These guys can't deny him.
Wow.
Yeah, they need to deny him.
He's going to die. Oh, denied. That deny.
It's denied. And it also brings up a good point. One reason, like a long time ago, and by a long time ago I mean back when Phantom Lantern was still broken. Yeah. Like he's not still broken now. Back when he was more broken than what he is now. Everybody used to say that the reason why you don't pick Venomancer in like a pro match is because everything Venomancer does you can deny. Like if he throws on poison sting, you can deny somebody. His ulti you can deny. His Venomous Gale you can deny.
Well, I mean, there's other spells you can deny too. You can deny the Doom and stuff, you know, and that's basically one of Doom's key, you know, skills. And
Very true.
you know, he still picked up.
Timbersaw.
Oh, this.
Timbersaw just got slapped in the face by Sunstrike. Beautiful placement coming from Invoker. Now we got a Lich in a little bit of trouble. It's just gonna take right clicks coming out from his illusions. The soul catcher does land. The arrow misses everything. If it would caught anybody, I think that person would have been dead. Because Life Stealer was low. Shadow Demon, he has no HP.
And it looks like Shadow Demon. Yeah, Shadow Demon's going back to base. He's just taking shortcuts back to base.
It's a 14-second TP.
Yeah.
So
you know, he buys, he uses all his gold, and he just goes back. He gets another smoke and he gets dust now, because now that bottom 6 or past 6, you know, and he did skill his ulti, so.
Sand King doing some nice little sandstorm farming in the jungle of the Dire. Gonna have a good time doing that. And oh my gosh, Mariah has a hand of Midas.
Effective. Yeah, he does. Fast hand of Midas and boots too, so. Well, he did get free farm. He's actually leading
at the moment.
The last hits with Shadow Fiend, 52 to 52. They're both 52. And we have Nax right up behind him as 45. He's going for drums, so. I don't really. Drums is fine, but I think the thing is, if you're building for mid game items, you know, you're not gonna be effective late game, and he's their #1, so.
Right. And actually, I finally went back and did a little deeper look into drums, because I just want to figure out how bad is drums, because everybody says, oh, don't get drums, get something else. But drums is a little bit cheaper than an ultimate orb, like about 300 gold cheaper than an ultimate orb, but it gives you more in the sense that it gives you 9 stats. Ultimate orb gives you 10 stats, and drums also gives you an active/passive.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, but then what can you change the drums into, you know?
Yeah, that's the second point I was going to make. Like, it doesn't build into anything. If it built into something, then it'll be like, oh my gosh, why not build drums on everybody?
Yeah, everybody would do that, you know, if like drums, you know, if drums got built into like some item speed movement or maybe like that, then yeah, it would be a good pickup. But, you know, that's could have been 2k gold that you could have either had a Yasha or
Mirana might be in trouble. She throws an arrow to the side. Checks CCP. Oh my gosh! Next level Dota gets a kill on top of Shadow Demon. Actually, no, Shadow Demon picked up a kill, but wow, that arrow.
Sand King stunned too early. I don't know if he did it to escape or if he was actually trying to stun him because he was totally off.
Regardless, I was like staring at Mirana and I just saw her throw a blind arrow. They saw where they were because they have an observer wood over here in this general area, so they saw what was going on.
But yeah, he disrupted Lich. Lich was caught out, so that's how he saw the arrow.
Action pops your ulti. Sand King's in a little bit of trouble. His burst or his sandstorm's on cooldown for another 24 seconds. He's massively slowed. Venomancer's is on the chase. He needs a few right clicks. Mirana throws out the arrow. The arrow does miss. Plague War falls as well. Sand King's gonna take a little more damage. Shadow Demon is around the corner. Mesco is ready to go for another fight. Sand King has himself a burrow strike available, and he also has a sandstorm available soon. Mirana ulti was already used. She has an arrow available in the next fight. She also has a leak. If these guys can kill her fast enough, it will be really, really good for them. Because they need pickoffs like this. And so Mirana's gonna go ahead and use herself a healing salve. Sunstrike just barely off. And that Sunstrike would have been the end of it.
Middle tower
Yeah,
is
that was
not
close.
Safe. Gallant
It was really close. But yeah, this I like what these Shadow Demon and Sand King are doing. They're playing very aggressive compared to like the, you know, the Lich and the Veno. They're not really ganking. They're not roaming, you know. And Venomancer is one of the best gankers out there, you know.
Tower has uninvited
the one thing about Venomancer gank is that he can't run away. He just usually dies. But speaking of people dying, Timbersaw dies top.
And looks like maybe Sand King will be dying too.
Radiant's top
Lich
King.
Yeah, Lich came with the sentry.
Okay. Hashtag people die when I'm not looking.
Radiant's top
Thanks,
tower
Dota
is
guys.
getting walloped.
But yeah, it looks like they're pushing. They're finally going to be getting top tower. Finally, it's going to be top tier 1.
Shadowfiend, you just might be dead. He's throwing the right click. Life Steal's getting a lot of life steal coming up for everything. He jumps inside of his creep, and he will be able to jump inside of that creep, get a lot more HP. Just trying to wait for some more support. Jumps out a little bit too early. Shadowfiend survives. He's going to be taking a little bit of damage from the poison and use those bottle charges to keep himself up. And yeah, so that happened.
Yeah, he manned up because he knew the Knicks didn't have his stun up, so.
Radiant's middle tower
Because
had an unhappy
Knicks tried to use it
ending.
to kill the creep wave. And yeah, oh wait,
Timber will be going down. Yep. I guess couldn't see him hiding right by the trees. Yep.
That's why Timber's
like
on his trees. Lich ulti flies. It's going to be bouncing in the wrong direction. He's trying to get the body box on top of Invoker. Does get the body box. That's what appearance gets used as well. They don't need it. Shadow even throws out a disruption. Might be able to save his ally's life. It won't be enough. Venomancer ulti does pop through. Catches two people. Nick Sesson has a spike here, but he can't use it to dodge a little bit of damage and also stun out the Venomancer. Venomancer gets stunned up. Lifesteal feasts his face on top of Venomancer's Venom, which is weird. And now we got Mirana trying to run away. No dust of appearance to be found on the side of the Dire. And yeah, Venomancer for an Invoker and Shadow Demon, I'll take it all day long.
Yeah, see, and like you saw right there, you know, his ulti does a lot of damage. You know.
Okay, fine, fine,
you know,
sure.
saw, see, what would a Crystal Maiden had done there? Just a slow. Yeah, basically, and that was it. You know, frostbite one person. You know, and that they were actually, you know, if they had the commitment. What the Venomancer should have done, well, I'm just only level 1 poison sting, but usually when I play Venomancer, you know, you Gale and use your ulti, and then you switch between targets when you use poison sting. So that way, you know, you ensure 2 kills instead of just 1 when you're focusing 1, because you know the other one's gonna die. Pot arrow will be.
Oh my gosh, Shadow Demon gets hit with the arrow. He's gonna be going on massive killer. This is your death here very soon. Timbersaw picks up that kill. Nobody really there to help him out, and Shadow Demon looks like he was waiting for the rotation from his allies. They'll be here soon. But Nick Assassin, he's missing a little bit of HP. He pops a Vendetta. Wants to go for a kill on top of Mirana, which would be a great kill, but he needs to make sure he can actually survive this dive. Invoker is here. Throws out something. I don't know if he threw out anything. He needs a cold snap. Did he throw a cold snap?
He threw cold snap. And Timber is going down, but yeah, Timber and Potham ended up killing Sand King before they killed Shadow Demon. So.
Well, Timbersaw.
Yeah. But they actually get the Timber down. If Invoker would have had his Sunstrike up, he would have definitely probably killed the Potham, but he had just barely used the Forge Spirits and then he called him.
I think Venomancer is dead. Oh man, this is the death of Venomancer. Lich ulti up in 18 seconds. He really wishes he had it now. Venomancer gonna go and TP out. Not gonna be able to make it. Sunstrike too much damage. Nice little stun coming up from Sand King. Doesn't really catch anybody. Shadow Fiend gets the raise, raises the roof, and slaps himself in the face with that spike carapace. Now we got Nick Assassin trying to run away for his life. Those are not able to throw out Impel. Timbersaw able to help them get the kill, and Shadow Fiend claims that gold and also the credit for that kill. Yeah, but Lifestealer. Oh, go ahead.
The Shadow Fiend is gonna be a huge problem.
By far, and there's also Mirana on the same team, and like that Mirana ulti is enough to become a problem. Lich ulti is available. Lich ulti is available. He's gonna throw it. It's gonna bounce on top of 2 people. At least one of those 2 people are dying. Now the creeps are gonna take a whole bunch of bounces. The bounces do end, but Shadow Demon does lose his life to Mirana, and Lifestealer makes it out alive.
Yep, and yeah, Lifestealer almost has his armlet. And at the same time, we saw Invoker, he got bottom tower, so yeah, I guess it was a good trade. They did lose Shadow Demon, but they got a tower. But the tier 1 tower at the top will be going down. Nick's actually used his ulti, and he's going to be going on Timbersaw. We got Lifestealer going in. He's going to Lifesteal, and he's going to be there. Timbersaw going down. Shadow Fiend has his BKB. He's going to man up. Arrow by Potham, and Lifesteal will be going down too.
What a way to die. I mean, so it's like he's right in front of our creep, he can't really get it. That's what Pierce gets used. Sand King gonna be getting scouted out. Venomancer trying to get something to follow up on top of him. Sand King able to make it alive. Wishes he had a blink dagger. Gonna go ahead and stand in the corner and think about what he did while Mirana slaps him in the face with a few arrows. Because hey guys, it's Valentine's Day, and she captures the heart of Sand King.
Yeah, it's
a fine
crater. Shadow Fiend just got his BKB at that time, but right now it looks like Shadow Fiend will be going down in TP bottom. And Invoker cold snap on top of Shadow Demon Demonic Purge, so Timbersaw TP's bottom. I guess he's trying to look for a Shadow Demon, but he doesn't know that he went
bottom tower has a nasty
behind him.
Next level jukes, and that Shadow Demon will be showing himself. Timbersaw should see him because the tower does have vision to that. That should be a never mind. But it should be a dead Shadow Demon.
Yeah, but, yeah, Shadow Demon. Timbersaw's gonna be going down.
Wow, okay, Timbersaw can't get a freaking chain to land to keep him alive. Shadow Demon does finally go down. Mirana able to finish him off, pick him off on that, and now Mirana's going to be claiming some Forge Spirits or Venomancer, one of those 2 people.
Yeah, and Shadow Demon got the experience on that too, so.
Lich doing some
I don't know,
dewarding.
the stash man's playing too reckless. He's 3-7 right now as a Timbersaw.
Usually you see Timbersaws go full YOLO mode once they have a Bloodstone, but he has no bonus. Oh my gosh, Shadow Fiend stuns himself up with a spike here, but stun comes from Sand King. Dead Shadow Fiend is dead. His BKB was available, but he was chain stunned. Okay, nice arrow from Marana. I mean, how could you really miss? Nice little guess on that, I guess. I can give her credit for that. So, good job, Ush, playing the next assassin. Also,
Yeah, it's Ush almost has Lingus too. But yeah, Palm's doing real good right now. 6-0, and almost Lincoln's. So, I mean, yeah, Shadow Fiend ended up, dying 2 times. Really, fast at it. But he's one of the best heroes to come back with. If you fall behind, he's one of the best heroes. So he should be fine. And especially since they got Potom, to carry during the mid game. Shadow Fiend could just farm. And
Roshan.
Oh, it's gonna be going down pretty fast too. We got the Force Burst.
Helping out with that negative armor because it's fun to kill Roshan with negative armor. He only has 5 armor anyway.
Does it every time he comes back? He gets more armor, no?
Yeah. I was talking about the Force Burst burning,
Yeah.
but they actually don't burn Rosh's armor.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
They burned Rosh's armor. Never mind.
I thought they did too. Next,
He's had boosted travel for a long time.
has he? I didn't even see. And he got the BKB. Wow.
So he's going full carry Invoker. This is one of the this goes back to one of the comments I said a long time ago in one of my other casts. Quas Wex Invoker, while at the center of my core, I love the crap out of him. Late game, he doesn't do anything because I mean, you just pop BKB and he does nothing. But Quas X-Horn Invoker, he can hold his own. He has the right clicks, he has the minions to help him out with the damage, and you're just not going to survive.
Yeah, and he looks like he's going for Yules next or Sheepstick. I mean, Yules, I like Yules on going X-Sword because you just Yules Sunstrike, Meteor, Deafening Blast, and it's a for sure kill. Especially on top of Force Birds. And then once you get Axe on him, man, it's on.
Done deal. Speaking of done deals, one deal was not finished up top. Marana, she survives Sand King Nick's assassin attempt on of assassination. Sand King threw out the Burrow Strike. Marana had a Lincoln Sphere, so she didn't get stunned up by it. Nick's assassin threw the Vendetta crit, and Marana leaped away. So if Nick's assassin went through Impale instead of Vendetta crit, which who thinks to do that? Who would want to do that? They could have killed the Marana.
Oh, and right now they're going out Timbersaw. They disrupt and got the Dust Sunstrike, but they're not going to commit it. Oh. He died to Shadow Demon Poison.
Sadly, the Shadow Poison is at level 1. No, actually, no.
No, it's 4.
Yeah, at level 4. And it is magic damage, not physical, so.
Yeah. That was a nice kill, they knew when to back up right away, but they still got the kill.
And nice job of having the dust, just being prepared for Marana to pop that ulti, because that's the main reason why they can't get the kills that they want. Because Marana's been popping her ulti at the most awkward times, and it's been working.
And they're probably trying to go on this Lich because Sand King does have his blink, so.
Nick Assassin finds a Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is going to take a whole bunch of damage. Meteor comes out from Invoker. All his spells fall as well. Shadow Fiend will be popping his BKB just to make it out alive. Uses the Mantis, or uses the Illusion Rune to block for him a little bit. Nick Assassin is hot on the trail. He has himself a Mana Burn, which will be enough. Actually, no, it won't be enough. Too much mana coming up on Shadow Fiend. So he'll be able to make it out alive, but he had to use a BKB charge. Meanwhile, we got Invoker dying on the back. So Marana able to claim that kill. And these guys will be able to claim themselves some Force Freeze. And oh my gosh, Nick Assassin getting chased once again. 25 seconds before the ulti comes up. He pops a spike characters, gets some distance between him and Marana, but Marana can easily close that distance with one leap, and she does do that. Arrow flies, arrow misses. Nick Assassin impale, or throws on a mana burn, throws on impale, throws on a mana burn. Probably would do it the other way around, but it doesn't really matter. He goes down. Venomance was hot on his trail as well. And by the time Nick Assassin got all that off, he would have died anyway.
Radiant's
that
bottom
was a nice
tower
skill
has
too.
uninvited guests.
So Lincoln Sphere really paying off for Marana. I mean,
Radiant's
honestly, I would say Lincoln Sphere shouldn't be that useful because, I mean, you block a Sand King stun, but there's an impale. You block Cold Snap, but there's a Burrow Strike and an impale. You block Open Wounds, but there's all the other stuns above. But these guys have been trying to come at her 1v1 or 2v1, and they haven't really been successful as a result.
But also, it's more than, you know, just for the blocking, you know, because...
Shadowfiend, no! Shadowfiend makes it alive. He gets a magic immunity. Beautiful Lich ulti going to be bouncing around. Catches one person. Sand King is here. Central gets placed down. Sand King gets eaten alive here very soon. Actually, Lifesteal's going to go all in. He's trying to get the kill on top of this Lich. Not going to be able to find him because Lich moves out of the vision range. Actually, he didn't have vision. Lich goes invisible.
Is down. Oh, he gets the Gale. Venomancer gets the Gale, so... Looks like they're going to be going... Nope. They're not going to commit. They shouldn't.
Because Lifesteal he had a full wand and he has the armlet and he has 3k gold. Lifesteal, what are you doing? Oh, Aegis.
Oh, whoa.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe it was running out soon? I wasn't.
But it's like, he forced Sand King to buy back, which is not that big deal because Sand King is a support anyway, but still. Forcing Sand King to buy back means that when he dies again, he won't be able to buy back, presumably.
Yeah, but I mean, he has everything he really needs, you know, Arcane Boots and Blink.
In a blink, that's all Sand King wants. And speaking of items, good point to bring up. Velo, interesting items that you see so far.
Well, Shadow Fiend's going for the Manta style, so common pickup on him. Timber almost has his Bloodstone. Actually, well, kind of. He's like 900 gold away.
Yeah.
But other than that, Nyx has a Blink. He got a Blink, and then that's pretty much it. You know, Max did finish his armor, but that was a while ago. But he does have 3.2k.
Nyx Assassin's fishing for something. They do see the Nyx Assassin. They reveal the fact that they have vision. Sand King, beautiful burst shot, catches Lich off guard at least. Mirana, Lincoln Sphere is popped for this fight. Centaur gets placed down just to make sure they can catch a Nyx Assassin once again. And his Vendetta will be running out here very soon. Venomancer clears himself for Centaur, and they will continue to chase. They're trying to shoot these guys out of their jungle, and they do an excellent job of it. So they counter-initiate the fight, and also keep in mind that Mirana ulti is still intact, so they can go on the offensive if they want to. And Mirana, oh my gosh, arrow from downtown, catches Shadow Demon, should be the best kill of Mirana's life. Timbersaw show up as well, tries to chaos, not going to be able to get it. Tower goes down as well. Godlike streak, really. Godlike streak on Mirana.
Man, this Potom has been so on point with his arrows, like, holy crap.
Hasn't died yet. Sand King, beautiful little stun, catches the Shadow Fiend, forces him to pop the BKB. Mirana just might be going, Venomancer just might be going down here very soon. Mirana pops it ulti so they can reinitiate the fight on better terms. BKB gets popped by Invoker. That's going to be a 9-second BKB once it comes back up again. So that was the first time he ever used it. And yeah, Mirana has indeed been on point. Ush, showing us how to do it.
Yeah, and next we see he picked up a Desolator, so... I'm not...
Go ahead.
I'm not always too much of a big fan. Desolator on Lifesteal, I think he already hits hard enough as it is with his Feast.
Right.
You know, I think you'd probably want to get items that make you survive more, you know, because he has a problem of locking down heroes. So, you know, maybe, you know, Scotty, or you could go Basher. You know,
it's interesting that you say that because there was a while ago, Lifestealer, he actually had an Orb of Venom, and I think it was to make sure he can people don't kite him because Lifestealer kind of has the same issue as Finn, and also to a certain extent Spirit Breaker, but not Spirit Breaker, Finn and who's the other one? A person who carries Ursa.
Oh yeah, Ursa. Yeah.
Where people just kite him to death. Has Open Wounds, which is a really good initiation spell. But anyway, all that said, he had the Orb of Venom, and I do think the Desolator is a good pickup for Timbersaw specifically. But that's only Timbersaw.
But Timbersaw's not really being much of a problem right now, you know. He's 4 and 8, you know. It's more, you know, the Shadow Fiend look, he's going Butterfly. He got casual Yasha and he's going Butterfly.
At least it's reducing the armor by 7, which I think Butterfly gives you... What? What's 25 divided by 7? Was that 3?
Yeah. No.
Armor from a Butterfly.
Yeah, like about 3.5, somewhere around there. But,
so it should reduce all the armor that he's getting, or Shadow Fiend's getting from his agility items, which, yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, yeah, it's good if your target's staying there, you know, and you know, fighting you like a boss. But I mean, who does that? You know, especially one hero gets open wounds, you know, they try to run away and his teammates try to help him. But then after that, the open wounds is done and the cooldown's 12 seconds. You know, you're not gonna be able to lock down any other hero, especially when they got, you know, Shadow Fiend has a Yasha, Potom with the leap. You know, he's already hitting that, or well, never mind, that was with phase boots. but you know it's easy to kite around. Lich, you know, he already has good movement speed. You know, once your rage is done, you got Frost Blast, you got Venomous Gale.
Got the armor.
You know, it's just you're gonna be slowed down. So I think he needs something to lock down his unit. I mean, his enemies.
So, like I just mentioned the armor thing, and that brings up an excellent point. Lifestealer's armor does -7 armor. Lich's armor gives you 7 armor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Masters get saved by Mirana ulti, so nice map awareness coming out from Ush all the way on that Mirana. The Sentry Ward gets placed down extremely late. Venomancer's still alive, and that's only a Mirana ulti, which at this point in the game is not that big of a deal because they're still threatening on side of Team Wild Witch Doctors.
Yeah, look at those 2 sentries right there, like barely off.
Which ulti gonna bounce around, forcing Invoker to pop his BKB. Meanwhile, we got Nick Sasson exploding. Sentry was placed down by Mirana in the trees, like you said before. Or actually, no. Sorry, just placed in trees. Invoker gets the Sunstrike off on top of Timbersaw, but Timbersaw has 8 stacks of that reactive armor, killing him up. Not gonna be a whole lot for the next fight, but it will be enough to keep him alive. You know, we got Lich gonna be getting eaten alive. Sand King did get the nice little Max Bomb coming out. Old school Max Bomb, if I'm not mistaken. Mirana's on the run. She's trying to make it out of this one alive. She has 11 seconds before I leave. She's trying to juke left. She's trying to juke right. Birdstrike comes through on top of her face. Timbersaw comes forward, tries to keep his ally alive. Gets a kill on top of Sand King. Dear God, and there goes the Lifestealer going down as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Timbersaw versus Sand King and Life. We haven't mentioned that much, but that's 15% of their primary stats, which is strength.
Yeah, so even now, bigger problem. This Mirana. I don't know if you saw that nice arrow on Invoker though. It was.
She got arrow on Invoker.
Yeah, that's how Invoker died.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he has a Desolator, so this next is he's just gonna get dominated, especially with the minus armor coming from the aura with presence of the Dark Lord. He's just gonna get juked. He's gonna, you know, he's not gonna be able to hit anything like you saw there. You know, he couldn't stick on Potom, so they ended up dying anyways.
Like if you do the math before we got Shadow Fiend, Mirana getting the kill on top of Shadow Demon, the ulti comes off from Mirana just to make sure Alice can run away. Timbersaw's going to stay in here. The tier 3 tower does finally go down, and Lifesteal is still dead. Between Presence of the Dark Lord and Mirana's Desolator Corruption, that's what was that? That's 13 armor negative, and Lifesteal only. Okay, never mind. He has AC, or he's building his AC. But before he had 8 + 3 armor, and it was like. Yeah, he has no armor when he's fighting them.
Plus, on top of the slows, you know, Gale goes through rage if you get it before he rages. Yeah, but yeah, they really have nothing to.
Initiation, this is what these guys need, but Sand King really wish he has Epicenter because he would have been doing a nice little chunk of damage to at least Mirana. BKB gets popped by Shadow Fiend. He gives 0 cares what anybody's doing. Pops his ulti, which reduces Lifestealer's damage by a little bit, not a whole terrible lot. So he will be taking a whole bunch of damage. Invoker plus Lifestealer trying to go full man mode versus the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend will be forced to run away. Arrow from Mirana catches Lifestealer and disruption from his ally, keeping him alive. This fight can go either way, but I think at the end of the Team Wild Witch Doctor will be losing this fight. Lifestealer trying to go for the man fight, not going to be able to win it. Shadow Fiend and Lifestealer both die simultaneously. Mirana is the one still standing, so she's the carry who's going to claim dominance and claim possibly his tier 3 tower, because Invoker versus Mirana, I don't know if Invoker can actually stand versus her.
You saw right there the miss. He missed a lot. The Lifestealer was missing a lot on the Shadow Fiend. He would have won. Yeah, he would have won that fight for sure, but it was just a butterfly.
And Mirana versus Invoker, like, oh man, hold on, we got Sand King get himself his ulti, Epicenter just for Venomance. He's gonna blink back to the side. Thank you. That's a really good efficient use of that ulti. Wasted a few bounces on top of that ulti, yeah, but he will be able to just kill on top of Mirana, especially since now he has a gem. Mirana's gonna go ahead and leap away, TP out. She's trying to make a block. The stun just barely off, and holy dear Jesus crap! Explicit word. 14-0 and 10. Ush keeps it alive. Hasn't died just yet.
The stun did hit, but it popped his Lincolns.
Oh, I see, okay.
Damn, that Lincolns, man, is doing work.
Tell me about it. It's like I said, in one of these matchups, I'll say BKB is better than Lincolns. I've already explained myself on why I say that. But she's like, bro, CulBlu, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, I got this.
Right? I do like Lincolns, it just depends on the situation, but yeah, you know, a lot of these major targeted spells are, you know, a problem. Sand King stun, Nick stun, Lifestealer open wounds.
Oh, Shadow Demon. He's just trying to ward it. He gets dewarded it immediately. Oh man.
Yeah.
in the face because you're on the wrong
right?
side.
And they're gonna be taking Roche right now, and the Dire can't really do anything about it. They have no damage really. Like Lifestealer has, there's no way that Lifestealer can now carry Mirana and Shadow Fiend. It's like there's like nothing they can really do to even come back like right now.
And Rush just went down. Aegis goes to Shadow Fiend, so now you gotta kill him twice. And we saw the last fight where Lifestealer versus Shadow Fiend. They both got really low, which is saying a lot because Shadow Fiend, he doesn't have a lot of HP to begin with. Well, relatively speaking, they have about the same rate. Oh, actually no, he doesn't have a lot of HP. But Lifestealer, he has Feast, which is Lifesteal, and Shadow Fiend was able to hold his own versus somebody who has Lifesteal. And now Shadow Fiend has Lifesteal. And Aegis. Oh.
I would have thought. I think Helma the Dominator would have been a better choice here than the Desolator.
What? For Lifesteal, yeah.
Yeah.
We got what happened. Lich ulti bouncing around, doing all kinds of crazy work. We got Shadow Fiend invited to be going up, but he doesn't really care. He has Aegis. Invoker's the last one standing. He's gonna be taking a whole bunch of damage. Timbersaw gets that ulti off. Gonna be catching the Invoker side. Sanking beautiful epicenter catches 2 people, but he dies in the process. Instantly buys back. Shadow Fiend's gonna respawn here very soon. Picks up a gem and puts it in the place where the Aegis used to be. And these guys will be continuing their push. They're gonna go ahead and claim these Raxes, claim this next tower, claim this Shadow Fiend, Shadow Demon, because Shadow Demon is looking nice and tasty. Venomancer 4 steps forward, tries to go for kill on top of something, might be going down here very soon. Invoker has the damage. This is what Quas Exo Invoker does. And the base is getting sieged. The Radiant have the advantage. A buyback from Sand King, not enough to keep this guy alive.
I think EMP Tornado would have been a better build here. It's a good way to harass him back.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This is a Lincoln Sphere Mirana, but I mean, by the time Link Mirana got that Lincoln Sphere, it was too late. Mirana does actually take a little bit damage. She does get caught into piggy form. Sand King just trying to make it alive. Does go down. Mirana able to right clicking down. Yeah. So, Velo, any predictions on who's going to win this game now?
I think Revenge's got this.
Dude, they can have this if they win like 3 team fights in a row now, because they got double racks.
Nah, from the way I see Team Wild Witch Doctors, they're making like no mistakes at all, so.
Mirana hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
And he's level 25.
17-0.
That's 30 freaking kills. His team only has 43 kills.
Yeah, it's a very good Potom. I think I've only seen him miss 1 arrow, and that was on the Shadow Demon right up over here. So.
Yeah, you said a bunch of words, and I agree with your words if they're agreeable, but 30 freaking kills. Or he's been involved in 30 freaking kills. And I mean, well, the words, sentence, insert words here.
Just, he was actually, you know, he played good, you know, he became very aggressive and stuff, even though he was farming safely. Looks like they're trying to go for the Potom, but Potom does his ulti. Lich was ulti. Timbersaw's trying to escape. Like, oh, 2 just went down. Next to 7 will be going down. Venomancer uses the ulti. Lich ulti popping around, and next will be going down. And that's a team full wipe. Whoa.
I'm trying to follow the team fight, but people are dying in different spots, and as soon as I turned away from it, people died in that spot.
There goes GG. Yeah, I was trying to follow it too, man. That shit was tough.
Radiant victory.
Yeah, so we got the final count 14-0 or 17-14-0 on Potom. I was showing that Potom. Last game it didn't work out too well because they got out pushed, but Revenge tried to go toe to toe with them, and Lava Witch Doctor showed them how to do it.
And see, Venomancer ended up getting a blink dagger. I was like, how the hell did Venomancer get in the middle of the fight? But yeah, he blinked in on that. So yeah. So they have a lot of AoE. From what I saw, Radiant has a lot of AoE.
They did, and usually in like a mass AoE lineup like this, you just build BKBs and call it a day. But I mean, they couldn't do anything. Like I would assume that Blink and Burrow Strike should be the more superior team fight. But yeah,
It was just this Lifestealer didn't have the mobility or the lockdown to actually carry them. You know, you look, Invoker had more gold per minute than he did.
And just to bring up one last thing, because I wanted to talk about during the game, but I didn't have a chance to bring it up. But race car Lifestealer versus armored Lifestealer, which one do you prefer and why?
I like the original Lifestealer. Every time I play Lifestealer, I do not build face boots on him.
What is the original Life Stealer?
Power Treads, Armlet, Hand of Midas, Desolator. No, not Desolator. Fuck Desolator.
AC?
Yeah, but before that, AC, Basher, into Abyssal.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then either you go Heart or Satanic. So.
I mean, like I was asking the question because we saw kind of like a, not necessarily a hybrid, well, yeah, we saw a hybrid lifestealer this game, and I think a race car lifestealer would have been good, because he might have been able to catch up with everybody.
It would have, you know, if you don't have, if your team doesn't have the lockdown, then yeah, it would have definitely been, because that's his biggest problem. But, you know, I always build my heroes unconventional, like, I just go, I don't always follow any, you know, specific item build like how some people do. You know, it's all about the situation. Like shit. Sometimes if I know they got a Furion and he has Orchid, I build a Manta. You know, because you know you get sprouted in silence. You know you're gonna die. So I get Manta on him sometimes. Heaven's Halberd, and you know sometimes just to mess around, I get a Lothar's.
Because, I mean, yeah, it's so many different strategies you can do, which is why we all love watching and casting and playing Dota. And that said, this series ends 1-1. Revenge won the first one with a mass push. We have, was the Team Lala Wishstar, because they won this one with just a better overall team fight. By the way, so just better execution. I mean, 17-0 Team Marana. That was crazy, crazy play. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, look at that, 917 XP per minute.
Alright, so Velo, would you like to say goodbye to all the beautiful people out there?
Yes, everybody have a good one.
And I am CulBlu signing off for this one. We hope you guys enjoyed this cast. This was the JoinDota League. This is game number 2 of 2. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys whenever.